welcome to another edition of our Motivation Hour, right here on NOM Network TV. As usual, Nana Sewa Owiredu is my name. Please call a friend, text a friend, comment, share, and you'll be happy that you did. Today's Motivation Hour message title is Stir Up the Gifts of God in You. Stir up the gifts of God in you. This message title has been structured and broken down into 3 parts. Today is our part 1. And God willing, next week, part 2 will be coming. So please, make it a date to watch and listen to this message. Because with no doubt, I know it will encourage you, it will motivate you, it will inspire you, and even challenge you with what I call my triple T's. Come on in, have a seat. Give me a listening ear. I promise I won't take much of your time. Thank you for tuning in. You see, God gave us our talent, but it is our job to develop it. And it is not complicated if you look at it on that way, because our gifts usually, it relates to something that excites us. Let's think about this. God made us. He hand-wired the desires of our hearts, knowing that helps our innate talents and abilities. And one author said something which it's very interesting, and it really directly relates to this message. He said, "It is very natural for a hunting dog to hunt. When you chain him up, he will lie around with no enthusiasm. But when it realizes it is going for hunting, he comes alive." It's just because God designed the hunting dog that way. And it's the same thing that applies to us, that we were made in God's own image. Let me share a very interesting experience that I had. And through that, it actually gave me a real meaning. It gave me a thought. And I started searching in me and planning and thinking how I can also do what the desires that is in my heart. Once upon a time, I was working in a departmental store as a sales assistant. I happened to serve a customer with her daughter, who at that time will be around 8 to 10 years. The girl was actually looking at me, and I was feeling very uncomfortable. So I was just hoping to finish the sale on time. And you see, we all have our name badge there, so she could easily read my name. After the sale, I looked at the mom and I said, "Thank you very much and have a nice day." I thought I'm done with them. But this girl stood up and she said, Nana, you know what? I've been watching you and I'm wondering, how are you doing? How? Because she can't do such a job. And I said, oh, why? She said, no, it's too boring. I have a job that I would like to see myself doing when I grow up. And I'm working towards that. Wow. Then I said, good for you. You see, that particular time, I think God used that girl to remind me of something that He has hand-wired me to do. What I'm doing then is a job. I liked it. But I believe God had something else for me, which I needed to search deeply in me to realize and to start developing it. I look at the girl and I was thinking, I had that thought all day. So today, after thinking it through over and over, I decided to pursue. I decided to stir up that gift of God in me. Today on Motivation Hour, I want to share, I want to encourage, I want to inspire you that stir up the gift of God in you. You see, doing what you know you are called to do, you get so much excited, and it's most of the time comes naturally. Though we may not jump up and down, but deep within us, we know that this is what we are called to do. You see, I've paused a bit because I am actually thinking of the process. Nothing comes easy. And I'll say this any time of my motivation hour. Everything is a process. You see, if we are doing something that is not natural, it is a struggle. If we try, train, practice, push, and we still can't master a skill, we should recognize that it may not be our nature. Of course, we must persevere, push through, and learn hard things. But in general, life should not be a constant struggle. When we are fulfilling our purpose, one of the most noticeable results is how rewarding it feels to stir up the gifts of God in us. You see, many people were so fortunate, like the little girl I talked about. She got to know and to pursue and to plan on what she wants and desires to do. And at that very young age, of course, her parents will also help, support, and enable her to pursue or stir up the gift of God in her. And there are a lot of people in another category that they actually decided to stir up their gifts at a very later age. It's all good. It can be a bit harder looking at your age, looking at some commitments, because all these things definitely will affect your finances one way or the other. But I can encourage, I can say, I can inspire you today that it is worth it to stir up the gift of God in you. You will then feel much fulfilled. If nothing at all, you know you've done what your heart desires. Let me excite you. You see, by utilizing your natural abilities, I think for me, I really became more fulfilled in what I'm doing. So let me encourage you in closing. A roadblock does not end your journey. It rather opens our eyes to divert, to use alternative roads. So, your lost opportunities should not terminate your efforts to fulfill your goals. Let it be an opportunity to utilize other opportunities. Your failure is not your end. Capitalize on it. Re-strategize, re-energize, and retry other alternatives. This is what I have for you on this motivation hour. I hope you are being encouraged. I hope you are being empowered and inspired. And I hope you are being challenged. That is the idea. Because I was motivated. I was challenged. I retried. So, thanks for giving time, making time. Stay blessed. Till next week, same time. Nana Owiredu says, love you all. Bye-bye.
One Daniel Siaka, don't walk in your UNA. Your fan or Babble was pay. Near Buffett Tower. No affair, what fit our mammy. No wale. Let a 2 year, in more Essa. One Daniel Shibaba, oh, I can't walk. Women of passion, yes, we can.